The Baltic states don't always grab the headlines in world football, but hidden across Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania are some of the most charming, underrated stadiums in Europe. Today we're counting down the 20 biggest football stadiums in the Baltics, from compact local arenas to proud national venues. If you enjoy fresh scenery, quirky grounds, and real community football, you're going to love this journey. 20. Zemgales Olimpiskais Centres. We start in Jelgava, at the compact but lively Zemgales Olimpiskais Centres. It opened in the late 2000s as part of a bigger sports complex built to boost local athletics. The football ground holds just over 1,500 seats, but it's surprisingly sharp for its size. Clean lines, good sight lines, and a tidy main stand. FK Jelgava used it regularly before the club's reset. 19. TAM Stadium. The place dates back to the 1930s, but it's been rebuilt and renovated so many times that only its spirit feels old. Today it holds around 1,750. Tartu JK Tamika calls it home, and the place gets rowdy during big derbies. The running track softens the football feel, yet the atmosphere stays warm and tight. Tamika's youth sides treat it like a second home. 18. Latvian and Estonian. A bit farther north, Latvian brings us a quirky gem. Latvian and Estonian looks simple at first glance. One main stand and a clean, open layout. But the setting is the charm. The stadium sits right under Valamaji Hill, with the medieval castle ruins overlooking the pitch like a stone guardian. It seats about 1,785 and got its biggest modern revamp in 2004. 17. Cuirassier and Estonian. Now we jump to Saaremaa Island. Cuirassier and Estonian sits just a short walk from the water, and you feel that sea breeze mood all around it. Built in the 1950s and modernized over time, the stadium holds around 2,000. FC Cuirassier plays here, bringing their yellow and blue colors to the island's quiet weekends. The place is basic, one stand, open spaces, nothing fancy, but it has soul. 16. Sloka Stadium. Down on Latvia's coast, we hit Sloka Stadium in Zemgales. This place is old school. It opened in 1974 and looks like a stadium built for long afternoons in the sun. Capacity sits around 2,500. It has hosted various Latvian clubs through the years, FK Spartaks Zemgales being the most recent big one. The bowl-style stands and big pine trees around the perimeter give it a retro charm. 15. Ventspils Olimpiskais Stadions. A bit up the Baltic coast sits Ventspils. Their Olympic Stadium, part of the city's sports complex, holds about 3,200 and once belonged to FK Ventspils, one of Latvia's strongest teams in the 2000s and early 2010s. This ground has seen Champions League and Europa League qualifiers, including big nights against clubs far larger than anything the region expected. 14. Teivanni Stadium. Built mainly as a multi-sport arena, the place holds around 3,200 and sits in the rolling hills of southern Estonia. Even though football isn't its top identity, it's hosted national team training camps, local matches, and Baltic tournaments. The backdrop is stunning. Forests, ski slopes, and a calm landscape that makes every match feel like a holiday outing. 13. Alitas Stadium. We move into Lithuania next. Alitas Stadium is a neat, modern municipal ground that seats around 3,748. The last major renovation in 2019 gave it a fresh outer shell, better stands, and improved training fields. DFK Dainava, one of Lithuania's more historic clubs, plays here. The place has a balanced look, small enough to feel close, big enough to feel like a proper stadium. 12. Šiauliai Central Stadium. Next up is Šiauliai Central Stadium. Capacity sits at around 4,000, making it one of Lithuania's key provincial grounds. It's the home of FA Šiauliai, a club that has grown quickly in the last decade. The stadium itself dates back decades but has been refurbished several times, especially as the city pushed to modernize its sports facilities. 11. Daugava Stadium. Now we hit Liepāja, the wind capital of Latvia, and its Daugava Stadium. Capacity is just over 4,000, but the place feels bigger thanks to the open bowl, the seaside air, and the city's strong football culture. FK Liepāja plays here, and their supporters can turn this quiet-looking venue into a noisy cauldron. The stadium has hosted European qualifiers, domestic cup finals, and even international matches. 10. Central Stadium of Klaipėda. Tucked close to Lithuania's Baltic coast, Central Stadium of Klaipėda feels like a time capsule from the old Soviet leagues. It opened back in 1927, making it one of the oldest active football venues in the region. Over the decades, it took on several facelifts, but it never fully lost that rugged, old-school charm. Today, it hosts FK Atlanta's matches and small athletics events. 9. Kadriorg Stadium. This stadium sits right next to Tallinn's famous park, and it's been part of Estonia's sporting heartbeat since 1926. It's technically an athletics stadium, but football has lived here for decades. With 5,000 seats, it has a tidy, compact style that works well for youth internationals and smaller league games. FK Tallinna Kalev have used it for home fixtures when their main ground isn't available. 8. LFF Stadium. Right in the capital sits LFF Stadium, the home of the Lithuanian Football Federation. Built in 2004 on the grounds of the old Žalgiris Stadium, it was designed purely for football. No track, no wasted space. That gives it a tight, English-style feeling. It holds just over 5,000, but the noise jumps way above that when the national team plays here. 7. Sūduva Stadium. This stadium, formerly known as ARVI Arena, is one of the more modern football grounds in Lithuania. It officially opened in 2008 and gave FK Sūduva a proper home after years of bouncing around smaller venues. The stadium seats around 6,250 and features a clean, rectangular football layout with a partial roof that traps sound nicely during Sūduva's golden years, especially their Europa League qualifying runs. 6. Aukštaitija Stadium. This stadium has been standing since 1965, and you can feel the Soviet-era geometry the moment you walk in. For years, it was mostly an athletics stadium, but Panevėžys has poured money into its renovation since the rise of FK Panevėžys. The capacity sits around 6,600, and the ground recently added new seating, upgraded tunnels, and better lighting to match UEFA standards. 5. Skanto Stadium. Opened in 2000, it became the fortress of Skanto FC, the Latvian giants who famously won 14 straight league titles. The stadium holds around 8,000, though concert setups have pushed it close to 9,000 before. It also played a huge role for the national team during World Cup 2006 qualifying. Latvia beat Russia here in 2003 in one of their most famous nights. 4. Daugava Stadium. This stadium is a multi-use complex dating back to 1958, but it feels almost new thanks to the major upgrades completed in the late 2010s. It's one of the largest stadiums in the Baltics at 10,461 seats, and it has hosted everything from national athletics meets to UEFA Nations League games. Latvia's national team regularly plays here, and the expanded capacity makes it perfect for big visiting nations. 3. Kalevi Kesk Stadion. This isn't flashy, but it's massive by Tallinn standards. Built in 1955, the stadium originally served gymnastics festivals and Soviet parades, which explains its wide interior and huge open areas. With a capacity of around 12,000, it's used today for athletics, cup finals, lower league matches, and large community events. For years, the Estonian national team played occasional games here before a Lukok Arena became the permanent home. 2. A Lukok Arena/Lelekula Stadium. This arena is the jewel of Estonian football. It opened in 2001, then expanded in 2018 to reach its current 14,336 capacity. It's the home of Flora Tallinn and the Estonian national team. It has a tight, compact bowl with all-covered seating, giving it a loud, European feel despite the small size. 1. Darius and Žirėnas Stadium. The largest football stadium in the Baltics sits in Kaunas, and it's stunning after its full reconstruction was completed in 2022. Darius and Žirėnas Stadium used to be a worn-out Soviet bowl, but the rebuild turned it into a modern, enclosed arena with a loud 15,026 seats. It hosts Kauno Žalgiris and major athletics events, but it's also bidding for bigger UEFA games. And that's our full tour of the 20 biggest stadiums in the Baltic states. A region where football may be modest in size, but never in character. These places show how much identity a stadium can hold, even without giant tiers or massive crowds. From icy winter cities to calm coastal towns, Every ground has its own rhythm and memory. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more stadium deep dives.